Hey guys, you're watching After Effect with Miles and Connor, and today we're going to be giving our predictions for the big one. The biggest event of the year, the granddaddy of them all.
Vince McMahon doesn't like it being called the granddaddy of them all.
I know, that's why I'm calling it that. It's WrestleMania 31, and we're going to be giving our predictions for the entire card.
Yes, all 8 matches featured in the show, plus the 1 match on the pre-show, all 9. We're going to be betting on them today, and we're going to be deciding who we think will win and lose. And as always, me and Miles will have to pick different competitors each time, so it is going to be an element of competition, as there usually is. Well, let's get started right now. We're going to start with the match on the pre-show, which is the Tag Team Turmoil match, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Tag Team titles, which features the Brass Ring Club, made up of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, the New Day, represented by Big E Langston and Kofi Kingston, Los Matadores, and the Usos. Despite Jey Uso's injury, they will be competing in this match.
Forgive me for looking at my phone for dead long. I had to look at the card right here, but that is the first match. My thoughts on this match: I'm a little bit disappointed because I feel like the tag team titles are not being used to their full potential. I mean, for the past couple of years now, the tag team titles have been in the pre-show.
Yeah.
And I thought that they should have a bigger importance.
It would be nice to see the tag team titles actually elevate in importance, but they're not having that. They just want it to be a filler, basically, for the crowd to watch and as they come in. And I'm disappointed with the people that they've picked. I mean, don't get me wrong. All right, I think the Usos and Kid and Cesaro are the perfect picks.
Yeah.
But the Ascension have been built as this massive sort of...
I know. What happened to them?
Well, their career got ruined, basically.
Nothing.
But they should have been in this match for them to be legitimised a little bit more.
Primetime players.
And they made a big deal about the primetime players coming back together.
Yeah.
And they haven't included them in this match. Instead, they've got the New Day, who are not over at all and will never be, in my opinion. And Los Matadores. I love Primo and Epico, or Diego and Fernando, as they are now, but... I don't think either of them should be there. I think it should have been Kid Cesaro, Usos, Ascension, and that graceful team.
Was it the Primetime Players you missed out?
Primetime Players, yes, that's right. Yeah, Primetime Players.
But this match is on the pre-show. I don't know if it will be included in the actual thing, but hopefully we'll try and get round to doing that in the reactions video. Time for our predictions, I say. What do you think?
I have and then this is my prediction. I just have a terrifying feeling that the New Day are going to win it.
Yeah.
I don't think they will. Possibly Los Matadores, but I believe Kid Cesaro will win. But I have such fear that the New Day are going to win this.
I am on the same wavelength as you are. I think I have a terrible feeling that the New Day are going to scrape it. Yeah. They're going to beat Kid and Cesaro for some reason. And for that reason, I'm going to pick them, because if I feel that they're going to win, then that's a point. I might not be happy about it, but I'll be in the lead with the betting.
Right, so I'm going for Kid and Cesaro to retain. Miles is going for the New Day.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the matches that will be on the actual event. We moved on from the pre-show. The first match that we're going to talk about is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the second Battle Royal in history. Okay, here's my thoughts on this Battle Royal.
It's an afterthought, filled with afterthoughts. It's basically a cheap way of getting every single wrestler on the card. And it is basically every single wrestler on the card. I understand that several places have put it as to be announced more people in the Battle Royal, but let's face it, the only 2 people left are Christian, who's basically retired, and Bo Dallas. Yeah. Right, and it'll be odd, 22-man Battle Royal. So
here's my opinion on this Battle Royal. It shouldn't have happened again.
No.
I thought it was special at WrestleMania 30. It was one of those WrestleMania moments that could have been special to that Mania.
Unless they can make the win relevant, because they made Cesaro's win relevant, but then they screwed it up. If they make it relevant, then I'm fine with it. But because of what happened last year, I don't want to see it. But there are some obvious favourites to win the Memorial Battle Royal.
We're going to quickly touch upon those before we actually get into the betting.
Ryback is a big favourite. He's been white hot for the past couple of months, so there's a strong prediction that he could win. If it comes true that Roman Reigns will feud with the Big Show after WrestleMania, Big Show's a hot contender.
Of course, Damien Mizdow. There's been a massive rivalry with him and The Miz as of late, and I think that'll be a way of overcoming The Miz finally. I think
Curtis Axel as well, with his Axelmania thing going on. You know, he could be a potential dark horse. Yes. And of course, the winner of the NXT Access Tournament.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. 4 NXT wrestlers will be competing at WrestleMania Access, and the winner will be put into this Battle Royal.
Yes, it's going to be either Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, or Tyler Breeze. And personally, I want Adrian Neville to be thrown in there.
Well, all 4 of them deserve it. That's the way I'm going to put it. All 4 of them deserve it. My personal pick would be Finn Balor, because I think he is such a talented guy on NXT, but whoever wins, I will not be disappointed.
I'm not going to be disappointed either, but what I'm saying is Adrian Neville's been there for so long.
Yeah.
It's time for him to be pushed up into the big leagues. Mm-hmm. So that's straightforward. Now we're going to pick who we're going to have, and we're going to do this very similar to the Royal Rumble. We've got a hat over here filled with 20 names, and we're going to decide who gets who. So Miles will have 10, I'll have 10, and the winner will be the person who has the right man, I guess. So here we go. My first pick is the man who I think has been really misused this WrestleMania, Goldust. I am going to touch upon this come the ladder match.
Ooh, this is a good one. Ryback.
I've got Mark Henry.
Adam Rose. God, yeah, he's going to win.
I think he could win. Primetime player, Darren Young. It's not your birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
My pick. What are you doing?
I'm getting excited.
You're too excited, I think. Shut that cat up, was you?
Not sure.
Ooh, I got the other one. Titus O'Neil.
Ooh.
The primetime players have been split up.
I've got the big red businessman, Kane.
Ooh, I've got another hot favourite. Damien Mizdow. I apologise, we had to let our cat in because he's moaning like a crazy thing.
Yeah. So he's on me now.
Say hello, Billy.
Do you mind showing that to the camera? I've got Sin Cara.
Curtis Axel.
At the moment, I'm not going to win.
No,
at this point, I'm not going to win. Although, I have got another hot favourite. Do you mind again?
Yeah.
I've got The Big Show.
Victor, one half of the Ascension.
I have... There you are.
The Miz.
The Miz.
Heath Slater. He's just come back from legal issues, so let's hope that he does well.
I've got me with a K.
Yeah.
Or otherwise known as Connor, the other half of the Ascension.
Ooh, here's a good one. The winner of the NXT Access Tournament. So whoever wins, that's my guy.
Zack Ryder. Miles' favourite wrestler.
Fandango!
He hates Fandango.
So our final 2 picks. Connor has got Eric Rowan and I've got Jack Swagger.
I am not going to lie, I look like I've got a massive disadvantage.
I think you might have. Just to run down who we've got. I've got Jack Swagger, Ryback, Adam Rose, Titus O'Neil, Damien Mizdow, Curtis Axel, Victor, Heath Slater, Fandango, and the winner of the NXT Access Tournament.
I've got Eric Rowan, Big Show, Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, Kane, Darren Young, Mark Henry, Goldust, Miz, and Connor. Next thing we're going to be looking at is the Divas Tag Team match. We've got AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins, Nikki Bella, who's the Divas champion, and Brie Bella. Again, I think this match has just been ignored a lot.
How much better the Divas become over the years, seriously. I think this is some of the best Divas that we've ever seen in the WWE. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about all 4 people here.
Yeah. On the last Raw, there has been animosity between Paige and AJ Lee, and nothing but harmony between the Bellas, which has really confused me. They had this massive rivalry and just got dropped.
I always thought Brie Bella was going to turn on Nikki at some point.
It could happen. But at the moment, it's looking like the Bellas, AJ Lee and Paige. There's not much to say about this match.
But I'm. To be fair, I am genuinely excited.
Yeah. Because
this match has been built up very well.
But in terms of choice, I'm going to go with the Bellas.
You're going to go with the Bellas?
Yeah.
It's harder for me. I don't know whether the Bellas will win because they've been winning for a while. So I'm going to take AJ and Paige then.
Yep, sweet. Miles is AJ and Paige, I've got the Bellas.
Alright, the next match on the card is the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. We're going to see R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, Daniel Bryan, and the current champion Bad News Barrett battle for the Intercontinental title.
Right, we all know where they stand, right? Okay, Bad News Barrett, he was white hot before he got injured.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
Given the Intercontinental title back, and now he's had more losses than ever, and he looks crap, which is a shame.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah. R-Truth, this match is basically, thank you, R-Truth, for being here forever and ever.
I am pleased because
you're not in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, they could have just thrown him in the Battle Royal, but they didn't. I am pleased for him. Dean Ambrose, very popular. I think he's the guy that started the whole.
But it's a shame because if you look at where Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are, Dean Ambrose, and he was the leader of the Shield more or less. I would not have predicted Dean Ambrose to be on the lowest position, more or less.
But I don't think he's going to be there forever. No. He will push up.
Yeah,
I guarantee you he will.
Stardust, what a waste. Goldust versus Stardust was dropped like a bad habit. And you look at their match at Fastlane, the referee apparently botched the count of 3, although I think they botched the finish. But that was a poor way to end the match. Yeah. And then the rivalry just fizzled out. It carried on for like 1 or 2 more weeks. I think Cody Rhodes deserves to be in this match, but they should not have dropped that. It was such a great match.
Yeah, I thought it was.
And also, 6-man ladder match. It's much easier than 7.
Yeah.
Luke Harper
isn't going to win.
No. He's not going to win. he's just not going to win. And if he does, I will eat my hat. The big favourites are Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan. Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan have both been basically demoted. After Daniel Bryan was in the main event last year, and Dolph Ziggler was the saviour of the WWE after winning at Survivor Series, they've both been basically demoted. Dolph Ziggler's beaten Daniel Bryan last time on Raw.
I believe he did, yes.
And that signifies, in my mind, that Dolph Ziggler is not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So we're allowed to pick one person each.
This match has been the best built-up, I thought.
I don't know, it's very cartoonish.
Well, it's been one of the best built-up. Because
it's had
every week it's
had Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, so we've always had momentum. And I like the fact that they're bringing a little bit of prestige back to the Intercontinental title.
That's the because there's going to be anarchy in this match.
Yeah, there is going to be a lot of them.
If you look at this match, there's some big names. I think if Dean Ambrose comes out with it, Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, even Bad News Barrett, if he retains, there is still legitimacy sent to the Intercontinental title because of this.
Right. So time for picking. You said one person, was it?
Daniel Bryan.
Really? You're going to go Daniel Bryan?
Yep.
Why are you picking Daniel Bryan?
He's going to win it. He's going to win it because I think there's going to be a lot of bad news happening at WrestleMania for some reason.
If you pardon the pun.
Yes. But I think there's going to be a lot of downtime. They want a happy moment, and Daniel Bryan will deliver that. And also, he'll bring a little bit of prestige to the Intercontinental title. And that'll be a subliminal message from the WWE. It'll be, this is where you are, Daniel. This is what we want you to be. Just the Intercontinental title. We don't want you rising up anymore.
Right. I don't know. I think Daniel Bryan will win. But what would I do if we had to flip? I have to pick somebody else completely. Or you'd have to pick somebody else completely.
Shall we flip?
Daniel Bryan is the hot favourite going into this match, and I don't see why he shouldn't win. So let's flip the coin. And I'm going to go with heads again. Tails. So
tails again.
I'm going to have to pick someone different.
Daniel Bryan.
I'm going to pick, on the sole basis that I think he deserves the push, Dean Ambrose.
There you are.
Yeah. So there we go. Connor has picked Daniel Bryan. I'm picking Dean Ambrose.
Okay, now on to the single matches. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, accompanied by J&J Security.
This is going to be the dark horse of the night.
Yeah, I think it could be potentially the best match of the night because Randy Orton's a great worker. Randy Orton's too good at times. And Seth Rollins, what transformation both of these men have had.
The biggest problem I have with this match at the moment, the build-up, we have not seen any offence by Seth Rollins.
No.
He's always running away or getting his ass beat by Randy Orton. That's the biggest problem.
No, but he's sold being a great heel.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic heel. Randy Orton, after last year being called Randy Boring, he's now got a following with the RKO out of nowhere, and he's a really good face. He's a really good, sort of like sick face character.
He's sort of like Edge. Edge was a
little bit, yeah. But Randy Orton's got the experience, and Seth Rollins is a great worker. And I'm glad both these men are working together.
I'm glad that they both got this big of a match as well.
Yes.
I think this has been another one of the best built-up ones.
Yeah,
but I think Seth should have had more offense.
And for that reason, I'm picking Seth Rollins.
You're picking him to win?
Right. Seth Rollins needs to go over, right? Yeah. Because he's on the start of his career. Randy Orton's on the tail end. I'm not saying he's going to be retiring anytime soon, but he has had push after push after push after push, yeah? It's not going to hurt Randy Orton and his position in WWE if he goes down and puts Seth Rollins over. Yeah. He will be a main event star now, from now on. Yeah. Seth Rollins may drop down the ladder. Like Daniel Bryan has, like Dean Ambrose has. For that not to happen, he needs to go over. You know, he still needs to maintain momentum. And because he's had no offense, it's WWE sort of saying, right, okay, you lay back and then you'll win. I don't think he'll win cleanly, I just think he'll win.
I think Seth Rollins could win back some momentum because he has that briefcase. He could cash in later on that night or the next day, so he can still. His future is sealed.
I do not believe Seth Rollins is going to cash in at WrestleMania, and for anyone who seems to think that, I don't agree.
The point is, his future is sealed. Yeah, and I think the WWE Universe would want to see Randy Orton go over because he's done so well building up this rivalry. So he's really, really good. So
you're doing Randy.
I'm going to pick Randy.
All right, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. Next on the card is the United States Championship, which all of a sudden has been pushed massively.
Yes.
Rusev, the reigning champion, apparently with Lana, although I haven't really seen her.
No, I haven't seen her.
Against John Cena.
Okay, here's the biggest problem. John Cena is going to do the exact same thing he did with Bray Wyatt last year. He's going to take a relatively new guy who's got great potential and great promise, and he's just going to squash him. He did that with Bray Wyatt last year. It's so obvious because he's already lost to Rusev. So there's no reason why he would lose again. And this whole Rusev thing has been built up so much. And he's the biggest challenge he's had yet. Yeah. Let's face it, he's the biggest challenge. So who's next? Who else could beat him?
Someone new. WWE are very, very good at keeping secrets. They kept the secret that Brock Lesnar has re-signed with the WWE.
I know,
we kept that under wraps.
We'll keep that for later.
This is what I think, and this again is leading to my prediction. Rusev's going to win. John Cena's going to put Rusev over. And then the Raw after, that's where Rusev is going to get beaten. Someone new.
I disagree. I don't think Vince McMahon thinks like that. I personally think John Cena is the best end of.
The thing I'm saying is either Brock Lesnar's going to win or Rusev is going to win. And I do not believe Brock Lesnar is going to win. I believe Rusev is going to win. Because they have planned and planned and planned for Roman Reigns to get the push. So
we'll talk about that one later.
Yes, but I believe Rusev is going to win and he'll be beaten the night after by someone new or by a legendary contender. I've heard Samoa Joe is in talks with WWE.
I just don't see that happening. I just really don't. I just think WWE would want John Cena to win.
I think this has been...
And think about what happened on Raw. Think about what happened on Raw. Rusev put him in the Accolade and he just completely passed out. Here's the thing that was really made me angry as well. Why did they make Rusev tap out?
He's a heel.
I know, but like, if we're going to see something like that, couldn't we just save it till WrestleMania? Now we know John Cena can beat him. So if he does beat him, it won't be that big of a surprise, although it wouldn't be anyway.
So Miles thinks John Cena's going to win. Do you think he's going to win the title? Or is he just going to win?
It's for the title, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for the title, but do you think he's going to win the title? Or is it going to be like a DQ thing?
Of course he's going to win the title.
No. Okay.
Because he's John Cena, he's clean.
Right, so I think Rusev's going to win, Miles is going to think Cena's going to win.
I really don't want him to win, but honestly, I just don't see any other excuse. Right, the next match on the card is one that's really excited me recently. It is The Undertaker going one-on-one with Bray Wyatt.
I'm so annoyed.
Why are you annoyed?
I'm annoyed. This is a match that I would want to see, but who's going to benefit the loss? No one is.
I know that's the
Bray
thing.
Wyatt loses, his momentum's staggered. Right? Undertaker loses, he's lost 2 WrestleManias in a row.
This is a match that no man can afford to lose.
No, it isn't, right? But I think it's a dream match. Also, the fact that they passed over Undertaker versus Sting. However, they're trying for 100,000 in Texas.
There's been rumours, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying for 100,000
in
in WrestleMania 32, 100,000 capacity, the largest WrestleMania crowd. That's where we believe Undertaker Sting's going to happen.
Something's got to happen either this WrestleMania or the Raw after, because actually maybe not the Raw after because Sting's on a 6th appearance.
He may have signed a new contract.
He may have signed a new
but regardless, let's focus on the match at hand. I think Bray Wyatt's worked this fantastic
Bray
on his own.
Wyatt has been bloody amazing. Can I say that?
Yeah,
he has been amazing. Especially that promo he cut on the last episode of Raw. That was one of his best promos in history, and it's hard because he's carrying this match on his own. There's no Undertaker around. Brock Lesnar had the Undertaker around. CM Punk had the Undertaker around. He's just had himself, and he's worked this match brilliantly.
Yeah.
And
but the Undertaker as well. People seem to think, oh, he may not be able to do it. He may not be able to do it. You got to remember, at WrestleMania 29, Undertaker did amazingly. And he had a great worker like CM Punk. Brock Lesnar gave him a concussion. That's why I don't think it went so well at WrestleMania 30. At 31, Bray Wyatt is not only a good worker, he's a safe worker. And if you've seen some of the photos of Undertaker recently, first off, I think he's growing his hair back.
Yeah.
I think he's growing his hair back out.
People are saying he's going to be badass, but I don't think he will.
I mean, he looks beefy now and he looks stronger, but I think he's growing his hair back out. But two, Undertaker, with a good worker, healthy, can have a great match. I think he still can. And with Bray Wyatt, I think he will.
But personally as well, just a quick side note, it's sort of a little bit meaningless now because the streak's already ended. This would have a little bit more meaning if the streak was around.
The only way this has meaning is Undertaker's redemption and Bray Wyatt actually it's a passing of the torch. Like John Cena passing the torch to Roman Reigns, it's like Undertaker passing the torch to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
However, we're going to make our picks.
Okay. I think
Undertaker.
I'm thinking Undertaker's going to take it as well.
Nice.
We're going to have to use the coin. Heads. Please let me get one.
You got it.
Right, thank God. Okay, so pick's been done. I'm picking the Undertaker. Connor has got Bray.
I'm not upset with that pick. I just think Undertaker's going to win.
Yeah, I don't think... It seems feasible that Bray Wyatt will win, but just for the circumstances that the Undertaker's been against, I don't know.
Heading to the land of the main events now. First, Sting and Triple H. And, right, even the WWE, every time they've used Sting, they've used him absolutely correctly.
Yeah.
And really, really well. Mm-hmm. If you told me, oh, Triple H and Sting are fighting at WrestleMania. So, not enough has been done to make this match
The biggest problem is...
It's such a deflation.
The biggest problem is Sting was contracted for 6 appearances, including WrestleMania. So he only had 5 appearances before the show.
Which have been,
Survivor Series, Fastlane, and there's been 3 appearances on Monday Night Raw, including last week. That's the biggest problem. We haven't seen that much of Sting. And where Bray Wyatt was able to work the situation without The Undertaker, I don't think Triple H has had the same effect without
Triple H has
Sting.
almost ignored it at times. Mm-hmm. And it's not worked in his favour at all. And like I say, I think the rivalry's been built up well. And I think they've done all the right... And also, I also think Triple H is a great opponent for Sting. Even though I would have preferred to see Undertaker, I think Triple H is a great opponent for Sting. I think it should have been built up more. I feel deflated. It's still a big deal. Sting, first time wrestling in the WWE, but there could have been so much more done to this.
Right.
Anyway, we've got to pick a
I'm
winner.
going to pick Sting.
For God's sake,
I'm trying to get...
Triple H is not winning this match.
I'm always trying to get an opinion in first here, but you're like, okay, let's do the picks. Sting.
Well, it's Sting. Heads. Haha. Tails.
Oh, God.
Sting.
But Sting's going to win, though. I don't want Triple H. So Connor's got Sting, and I've got Triple H. Okay, it's time for the main event match of the evening. It's been one of the most talked about matches in WrestleMania history, although it might not have been for the right reasons. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman will face Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and I hope to God that this match is good.
Roman Reigns was so over, right? And it doesn't matter how many of you say right now that you hate Roman Reigns, right? At one point, last year at the Royal Rumble, everyone loved Roman Reigns. Every single person.
I guarantee.
Right? He was so over, and WWE have screwed up monumentally. With as soon as he said Donkey Dong and started talking about Jack and the Beanstalk, they screwed up.
People say they've always hated Roman Reigns. I guarantee you, at that Battle Royal on Monday Night Raw for the Money in the Bank, everyone marked out when Roman Reigns won.
I believe everyone thought Roman Reigns should have won the WWE World Heavyweight title. And the Money in the Bank.
At Money in the Bank, everyone's saying Roman deserves it, and now
all of a sudden he's not ready.
Yeah,
you know.
That's the big. And I hate.
But I don't think he should have been in this match. It should have been Daniel Bryan. But WWE screwed this up so much. And the closing moments, the go-home show for Raw. Let's face it, Brock Lesnar was very unlikely going to appear on SmackDown. The last thing you saw was them playing tug of war with the WWE title.
That was a stupid
and it's atrocious.
I'm just hoping to God that this match is good, because Roman doesn't deserve all this hate.
No, he doesn't.
Let's be honest.
It's WWE's fault.
He's one of the few people I'd see in WWE that seems like they want to be at the top. Because it's a very hard position to be at. Brock Lesnar, I thought he didn't want to be here. Obviously he does, because he's recently just signed a new WWE contract. But he's hardly here all the time. He's been a part-time guy getting full-time pay, so he's getting more than what he should be doing. And I think Roman Reigns cares more about this business. And although people say he doesn't deserve to be in the main event, and he might not be ready, the facts are, he's in the main event.
I think both men can deliver. Both men can deliver, in my opinion.
And for the reasons that I've said, I am going to be 100% behind Roman Reigns.
I think both men can deliver. I think Brock Lesnar Brock Lesnar's a great guy, and there is rumour now that he's re-signed with the WWE, that he will win this match. He could turn face, potentially.
I tell you what, it is getting harder to pick this. I thought Roman Reigns was going to win it cleanly, but now it's just getting so and so. Brock could take it.
The big thing is, they could be saying Brock Rock for WrestleMania 32, and I just believe Roman Reigns. They wouldn't have put in this much effort. Vince McMahon would have been this stubborn to just go, no, put Brock over.
Yeah.
He might, because he's re-signed and it may be part of his deal even.
Seriously.
But Roman Reigns, in my opinion, is going to win it.
I'm going to be behind Roman. I think he really doesn't deserve all this hate, and I really like sticking up for him because I feel nobody else is.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Are we going to have to do a flip again? Please, I don't want to pick Lesnar.
What do you want?
Tails, go on. What was it? Did I get it?
Tails.
Yeah! Thank God.
So Miles has Roman Reigns and I have Brock Lesnar.
It's not that bad of a pick because he could genuinely win.
He could win it, but yeah, that's it.
Okay, just a quick final thought before we turn off the camera. I just want to say this because it's something that I've made known about the event, and I've said this to Connor several times. If you were to ask me before the Rumble what my card would be for WrestleMania, not like a fantasy card, so like
a realistic card.
Real card.
Not like Kurt Angle versus,
Hulk Hogan or something like. None of those matches would have been on it.
No.
But WWE have the potential to do something really well with this. But this is the biggest problem with this event.
There was a day and age where fans accepted this card and would be happy with it. But because everyone is on the internet now, they all believe that there is a better situation. There's always one thing better. And to be honest, I'm part of that group. But looking at the card that they've built, to be fair, I think in terms of wrestling, I think it's going to be a fine night.
I think the show is either going to be amazing or it's just going to completely bomb. And I hope to God it doesn't. Because some of the people wrestling on this card do not deserve it at all.
You're right.
They don't deserve it to bomb. And so that's it. Those are our predictions for WrestleMania 31. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And make sure you tune in later on this week, I believe, for our reactions to WrestleMania 31. See you soon, guys.